It's not just about punches and super speed that determine a fight, which is why today I brought the top 10 magic users of DC Comics. Remember, the list includes the most skilled or intimately connected characters with magic in the DC universe. An interesting fact about magic in the DC universe: in Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan revealed that magic is nothing more than a fraction of the power used to create the universe, and that its users are merely conduits. But let's cut the chatter and dive right into this list. Number 10. Shazam. As we all know, the great Billy Batson, Shazam is not only powerful in physical abilities, but also one of the greatest magicians in DC Comics. As the bearer of the powers of the gods and blessed with wisdom and various enchantments from the wizard who passed his powers to him, Shazam possesses numerous magical powers, including his lightning and spells from Zeus, wisdom from Solomon, and strength and invulnerability from Atlas. It's crucial to note that the other powers represented by the letters of his name have special physical, not magical abilities. Number 9. Constantine. Easy there, nerd. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, Constantine is more skilled than Shazam. Not just because he knows more about magic, but also because he's older and more experienced in magic, unlike Billy. There has been a battle where our magical trickster has defeated Shazam, and John Constantine's arsenal is unpredictable. With numerous spells of dark magic, tracking spells, sealing spells, invocations, and on top of that, all his connections to the dark world of magic. That's why our dear Johnny appears in this position. Interestingly, Constantine was also able to steal Billy's powers by using his voice to deceive the source of his powers, and acquire the hero's physical characteristics. However, his body couldn't handle the power, and he returned it shortly thereafter. Number 8. Morreu. Morreu is a character not very well known, but he's an energy being from a world called Cilia, and this world and its inhabitants are inside the Amulet of Destiny. Throughout his journey, he has killed several agents of order and chaos, including Kid Eternity, and later he killed Destiny in order to obtain the artifacts of Destiny. Not only skilled in magic, Morreu was also cunning enough to manipulate Shazam into releasing him from his imprisonment during a storyline in the Justice League of America. Morreu possesses an incredible magical arsenal, including matter transmutation, teleportation, aura perception, illusion casting, telepathy, telekinesis, time travel, and much more. However, his weaknesses lies in not having a physical body. Number 7. Raven. Raven, a beloved character, is a member of the Teen Titans and other groups. She's half demon, the daughter of the great demon Trigon, and highly trained in the arts of magic. Raven has impressive feats with her magic, including manipulating time and space, distorting and traveling between dimensions, and her greatest feat of defeating her own father, who is feared across multiple dimensions. Raven also keeps much about her cloak hidden. Her magical powers extend from telepathy, teleportation, aurakinesis, the ability to project her aura as desired, and telekinesis to healing, clairvoyance, able to see small details of the future but lack full control, and much more. In an alternate future, she joins the Knights of the Apocalypse and becomes the most powerful creature in the universe. If we're talking about that version, she would rise to the top of the list, but in her base version, she's much lower down. But do you know what's more powerful than a multiversal entity? That's right, your like and subscription. The combination of these two allow me to accumulate enough power to become the greatest nerd channel on YouTube. I count on you. Number 6. Zatana. Zatana, one of the greatest characters in DC, is as powerful as her mentor Nabu. She is incredibly skilled and powerful, the daughters of the magician John Zatara, one of DC Comics' most talented wizards. Like her father, Zatana often casts her spells by speaking words or phrases backwards. Among Zatana's feats are reality distortion and the ability to access the Tower of Fate, whose location remains unknown to most. Her power include reality distortion, teleportation, mind control, illusionism, and extensive knowledge in the field of magic. Her only limit is her own imagination. Number 5. Phantom Stranger. Judas Iscariot, yes, it's him, the Phantom Stranger, after being condemned by the Council of Wizards. With this, we have one of the most powerful beings in DC when it comes to magic. The Phantom Stranger, like the Spectre, is a cosmic entity that always moves toward redemption. But unlike the Spectre, he involves himself much more in mortal affairs, always seeking to help whenever possible as a way to redeem himself for past deeds. The Phantom Stranger possesses abilities such as chronokinesis, temporal magic, energy projection, teleportation, size alteration, transformation, and even medium-scale reality alteration. Number 4. Dr. Fate. Kent Nelson, the most skilled of all who have worn the helmet of Naboo, became Dr. Fate after discovering the helmet during an archaeological excavation. Naboo bestowed upon Kent the power of the Lords of Order, being responsible for the balance and order of the universe, granting him numerous abilities, such as reality alteration, time travel, teleportation, control over natural elements, and extensive knowledge of the magical world. Throughout his battles, Dr. Fate aided and assisted Zatana. With her powers, fought and defeated Morreu, and even managed to seal the Phantom Stranger. Undoubtedly, he is one of the most powerful and skilled mages in DC Comics. Number 3. Eclipso. Like the Spectre is the original spirit of God's wrath, after his fall he became an agent of chaos, possessing others to satisfy his nefarious needs. Eclipso was known as Galad. Wrath, by definition, is largely motivated by anger, while vengeance requires a more demanding hand. And for this reason, the Presence, the creator of everything, removed Eclipso and put Spectre in his place. While Eclipso was shattered into pieces and scattered throughout the universe, this only caused this being to accumulate all of his hatred and will against everything, bringing terror when he could return. Eclipso's power includes size alteration, energy projection, invulnerability, energy distribution, and before being expelled, divided empowerment, virtually unlimited power over reality within the limits of his duty. But Eclipso has weaknesses against sunlight, the rules imposed by his creator, and can only appear at night, limiting him to being our third place. Something interesting about Eclipso is that he was responsible for the famous flood. Number 2. Spectre. Just like Eclipso, Spectre is a being created with divine purposes, being the spirit of God's vengeance, responsible for seeking and even punishing all those he deems deserving. However, he does not possess the weaknesses of his predecessor, and his powers are also amplified, with capabilities even greater than Eclipso. Spectre has been responsible for stopping the Anti-Monitor, saving the multiverse on several occasions and helping to save all timelines of Hal Jordan during the events of Zero Hour. Spectre possesses many powers, but the main ones are invulnerability, size alteration, teleportation, creating illusions, cosmic awareness, reality and time alteration, psychic powers, and much more. That's why Spectre was chosen to take Eclipso's place and occupies our second position. Number 1. Timothy Hunter. Tim is a boy destined to become the greatest mage in all of history. Although Tim doesn't have feats and abilities that place him in first position, he is protected by various entities in the DC universe, and feared by many beings due to his destiny. Tim is constantly mentioned by Spectre and Constantine as the future of magic, fulfilling his legacy to become the greatest mage in the entire publisher. To give you an idea of how important Tim is, Zatana becomes friends with him and even acts as a temporary guardian to Timothy Hunter. Some of Tim's powers include power and magic absorption, time manipulation, space manipulation, portal creation, energy manipulation, and cosmic powers. It's worth noting that Tim is still learning to use his powers, so even though he's young, he's already at an incredible level and can go even further. Well, these were the most powerful mages from DC Comics that I could list. Comment below which ones you think is the most powerful and which one you think should be on the list. Don't forget to subscribe and share so we can together pave the way for the greatest nerd channel on YouTube.